This is what happened when we caught up earlier.
Annie Mac!
Hi, Annie. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you? Thank you for coming and having a chat with us.
Oh, this is, like, amazing. I missed you guys.
Oh, how long are you in LA?
We're here. Like, we're actually coming over in September. We're going to come over and do some shows, so it's just, like, it's dreamy.
We were worried that we'd lost you to LA, because we like that you live in London.
Oh.
Well, listen, we're delighted to have you on the line. We are delighted, along with a huge amount of people, that you've decided to make a new album with No Doubt. Exciting times.
It's crazy. I mean, it did take us a long time, but we just want to make a record that we loved, and our complicated schedules these days, it just took a while, but I think it's, I love the record. I can't wait for everyone to hear it. I'm having the single come out, but to have the whole album come out, like, it's so close now. We're really excited.
And how was it in the making of the album? Because obviously you guys, well, you've all got kids. You've had 2 solo albums. Was it kind of a real different recording experience going into the studio with the guys?
Yeah, it was hard. I had kind of did a lot of creative stuff doing those 2 solo records. I felt like I kind of had put out so much creative energy, not to mention the 2 babies that I had. And then when we came back from I did my last solo tour, which was like 106 shows, and that was when we said, okay, let's start the No Doubt record, and I got pregnant that month that I came home with Suma, so I was like, oh no, I'm all sick, like, how am I going to write this record? So we ended up waiting till I had the baby, and even then I had a hard time writing, because I just felt like, at some point you have to download, you got to, like, bring stuff in before you can put stuff out, and so we ended up going on tour and having this incredible tour a few years ago, just in America, and just to be on stage together again, and just to be like, I don't know, it calmed me down as far as, like, being able to kind of say, oh my gosh, they're waiting for us. Like, I don't need to have to be in such a rush. And then that process of writing took about a year. I had to record it, and that took about a year. So it did take a long time, but there was so much going on. We could only really get together 3 times a week because I have to have my kids. I think that fight to have to make it was what made the record so good. There was a lot of struggle, and that's why we ended up calling it Push and Shove, because we had to fight our way to get to this point. It's just a really amazing time to be in this band because we have such a history behind us.
I think it's whoever lasts that long and remains being friends as well. That's really important point. Yeah. And listen, obviously we were so delighted when we saw Major Lazer on the remix for Settle Down. They've just delivered a big bleepy bassy Moonbatone remix, which is, amazing music to our ears. What brought you to Diplo and to Switch as producers?
Well, you know what? They actually came to us and they wanted to work with us on the record, and we were really open to doing some collaboration on the album, but we didn't, it needed to be the right person. And when they came, they actually sent us a track that ended up being called Push and Shove on the album. And when we heard it, we were like, oh my God, that is just sick. It was basically like this kind of old school ska track that sounded super modern, and we were like, we have to do that. So we ended up doing this amazing song with them, and they came in the studio, and they actually had gone to Jamaica and worked with this artist called Busy Signal. Yeah. And he had written these lyrics all about, like, being, his life, like a gangster, and da-da-da. I'm like, how am I going to make this fit into my life? And it was one of those real challenges, but it turned out really great.
It totally makes sense in terms of where they come from musically.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, brilliant.
I want to do something else with them.
Oh my God, please do. Please do. Well, listen, Gwen, thank you so much for taking the time out to have a little chat. We are truly honoured, and so looking forward to hearing the album as a whole as well.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Thanks for playing it.
Thank you so much, and lovely to meet you over the phone as well.
I'll see you soon.
Okay, bye, Gwen. Thank you.
Bye, bye-bye.